And welcome back to Roadrunners TV. We're following up a 73-61 victory for the Colorado School of Mines or Diggers on this evening. MSU Denver takes the loss, but you know what? It still was a glorious evening here in this building at Auraria Event Center, celebrating the 1999-2000 championship basketball squad. One of the key members on that team winning the title trophy, and also still the all-time leading scorer for this program is DeMarcos Anzures. And let me just ask you, DeMarcos, coming back here, why do you think it's important? What does it mean for everybody involved to celebrate the 20th anniversary of that team and that year?
Well, first and foremost, 20 years ago is a long time. And but for the most part, I think we remember the not the championship itself or the games. Remember the camaraderie, you know, the traveling together, the hotel rooms. You know, all we keep talking about are not the games. It's, you know, the stories and how we grew together. You know, when you come to school, you're 19, 18 years old, and you know you're a kid, but you think you know it all, and you kind of are away from home. You come across a coach like Dunlap, and that was a rude awakening for a lot of guys. And he inherited me, I inherited him, and you know, it was a great run. 3 years was probably one of the best parts of my life.
You know, when you think about it too, DeMarcos, about this team and Coach Dunlap, he brought together people from inner city. I mean, one thing Coach Michael Ball said, there was one of the student athletes was from Oakland, inner city Oakland, never even been hiking before. I mean, the experiences that were given to you and opportunities, how much did that contribute to the bond that was important to win a championship, but also that continues today?
Well, being a student athlete, I think, is a privilege. You know, to come here, you're a student first, you're an athlete second. Coach D, you know, woke a lot of guys up, opened their minds up to new things, new experiences. Climbing the 14er at Mount Evans was quite the experience for a lot of guys. That's something we'll never forget. We tell stories about that all the time. But it was a rude awakening for a lot of people, especially myself. For him to come in and be able to do it in 3 years, I mean, each year we kind of gradually were growing, and by the senior year we did it. You know, it was an experience I think we all will never forget.
Yeah, no question. You know, for those of us who weren't at that contest, what exactly happened? Tell us how it played out in that championship.
Well, the year before in '99, we had went and played the same team, and we lost. We got handed, I forgot the score of that game, but we got beat up pretty good. And the next year, every huddle we'd go into, we'd break away with unfinished business for the year 2000. And by the year 2000, the end of it, we finished it, and that banner's up there to prove it. And you know, going in there, we didn't know what to expect. We just knew that this is going to be some of the last chances for some guys, including myself. I was a senior. There were some other guys that were seniors, and we had had enough to a point where this is do or die. And we walked off the court without crying.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, as we visit with DeMarcos Anzures, still the all-time leading scorer in the history of this basketball program and part of that 2000 championship basketball team. What elements do you think you represent in terms of your legacy that represent either the RMAC, the state of Colorado, the West region, with what you guys accomplished?
Well, put us on the map for sure. I think, you know, I do hair for a living now. I'm a barber. I work at the Floyd's on York and Colfax, and I have guys that'll sit in my chair, and they're coaches. Some of them are dads, some are young players from high school, and they want to talk basketball, and I'll kind of say, yeah, I played a little bit, and they ask a few questions, and I let them have it. But, you know, we're kind of on the map now, and it kind of, you know, it's in history, and I think we're in the books, and it'll be there forever.
DeMarcos Anzures played just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, and what a great scene, too, in the barber shop, too.
Yeah.
So since you're talking about those who may source you, whether it be older gentlemen or the young guys, and then, of course, you just witnessed the current Roadrunners, what are your messages to those guys?
You know, it's these are life lessons you're out here learning. You're only 18, 19 coming into this school, and then, you know, you're looking 20 years back, and these guys look so young. And at the time when you're in here, you think it's going really slow. I remember, you know, the practices were from 6 to, you know, leaving at 6 at night from school. It was a long time. It felt like it never was going to end. But now you're looking back, it was like that was a small little, you know, chapter in life. Yeah, but I look back now, and I'm just like, that was one of the best experiences all of us were having at that age. And hopefully these guys can experience it. It's not good right now, but hopefully they can turn it around. But for the most part, I hope they can do it.
Well, some things don't change. Getting heckled and clowned on from behind you while you're on
Yeah,
camera.
that never ends, man. It never will.
Absolutely. DeMarcos Anzures, part of that 2000 National Championship basketball squad. A privilege to have you in the building, and I'm sure there's other people, many of us, who feel the same way.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you so much
all
for
right.
what you did.
And be a part of our community still today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for all you've done.